Greetings and welcome to another edition of KSOL Black Talk Radio, the new black media. Omarosa accuses Trump administration of destroying boxes of evidence for the Mueller investigation. Now, whether you like Omarosa or not, she was handpicked by Donald Trump himself. And she's always worked with Donald Trump back in the days when Donald Trump was a TV reality star personality. You remember Trump back in those days, working in Hollywood. Anyways, he worked with Omarosa, and the reason why he worked with Omarosa so much, more than just one season, well, it's because Omarosa brought the ratings to that show. Without Omarosa, the strong, intelligent black woman with a PhD, formerly working with former President Bill Clinton, she was a shoo-in for Donald Trump's show. Anyways, Omarosa worked with Donald Trump, and when things went sour, well, Donald started spitting at her. And, well, Omarosa, the fierce, intelligent black woman she is, she spit back with her venom. And this time she's exposing more information about what went on behind closed doors. Well, if anybody has that type of information, it would be Omarosa, because after all, she did work behind those doors. So Omarosa Newman, former senior White House official and frequent thorn in President Donald Trump's side, I say that word president lightly, has accused the administration of destroying several boxes of evidence that she said should have been turned over to special counsel Robert Mueller and his team of investigators. Speaking to Reverend Al Sharpton on MSNBC on Saturday, Newman said she was told to leave boxes of documents pertaining to Trump's campaign and his transition into office when she was fired in December 2017 by John Kelly, that scoundrel, the then White House Chief of Staff. The order, she said, was despite a clear directive that she and other White House staff had received to preserve all documents potentially related to Mueller's probe into Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election and the Trump campaign's ties to Russian officials. She says, quote, "I think it's important to realize that very early on in the administration, we got letters directing us to preserve all information related to the Mueller investigation, all investigations, any information, any emails, any correspondence," Manigault Newman said. So I thought it was very interesting that after my discussion with Kelly in the White House Situation Room, when I went to take my things, I was instructed that I had to leave 7 boxes of documents that came from the campaign, the inauguration, the transition, and they would not allow me to get them, she continued. Manigault Newman said she has not seen these boxes again and believed the Trump administration had not handed them over to the special counsel, as her legal team would have had to be informed if they had been. The former contestant of The Apprentice added that, based on emails she had received from administration officials about the documents, it appeared that at least 5 of the 7 boxes had been destroyed. Now, well, first of all, let me continue this. Quote, "What's very curious to me is that, as I stated, it was 7 boxes of documents, And in my emails, they only reference 2, which leads me to believe that they've destroyed the other 5, Maningalt Newman said. She added that she believes she's, quote, not the only one who's been subjected to this type of treatment, and I believe that there are more documents that they've been destroyed by this administration. In an April interview with NBC's Craig Melvin about the Mueller probe, Maningalt Newman referenced the 2 boxes of documents that she said the White House had refused to hand over to the investigators. Quote, we should really not focus on what Trump is telling people to do or say, but how he's asked people to destroy documents, to destroy emails. In my case, 2 boxes of campaign-related materials the White House still has in their possession that they claim they don't have or don't know what happened to it, Maningalt Newman said at that time. When asked by Melvin whether the Trump administration had directed her to destroy evidence, Maningalt Newman explained that while she had not been told directly to do so, they were very clear about not wanting us to share those things. Quote, right after the campaign, the day after, they took our emails down and told us we had no access to it. They were certainly working to try to hide the things we now know are involved with this investigation, she alleged. Now, that's the end of this article. I just want to state that in my line of profession, I worked where I had to deal with records as a Black American descendant of slaves. I have to tell you that corporate America, they try to hide a lot of things, especially when it comes to data. Now, in Omarosa's case, she had access to information. She also had privy to a lot of things done and said within the White House under the Trump administration, since she worked under that administration. So again, whether you like her personally or not is besides the point. If she's coming out telling you different issues about what was going on, it's only intelligent for human beings to take what she's saying for what it's worth. Take those things in consideration, especially when the evidence is clear. Now, if there were 7 boxes of information at the beginning of this whole ordeal that she's claiming, and now they're only referencing 2, something happened with the other 5 boxes. When there's a ongoing investigation, all companies know that under a records management program that there are retention periods for different types of information. So any institution acknowledging and consciously knowing and then requesting that that information be destroyed is committing a crime. So when we have these entities passing judgment on the rest of us and saying how you should be this and that and be a good little boy or good little girl and all this and that, and you're not providing those examples from the top, that's a problem. But anyways, Omarosa is the spook who sat by the door. And the Trump administration, they don't like it. Once again, she's in the news. Omarosa is in the news because this issue is real and she can do nothing but tell the truth, whether you like it or not. Leave your comments in the comments section if you choose. Thanks a lot for listening and watching, and we'll see you in the next video.